President Trump goes to Ohio. He's going to promote, we believe, the tax plan. Mercedes Schlapp is with us now. She is the White House Senior Communications Advisor. Mercedes, welcome back to Varney & Company. Always good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Stuart.
Am I right? He's going to pound the table about tax cuts, correct?
Well, clearly there's a huge economic success story to tell under President Trump's leadership. This historic tax cut is representing over $8 billion worth of tax cuts for families in Ohio alone. What we have seen with these companies, Schaeffer Corporation being one of them, is giving Jeff Norris, the CEO, gave bonuses of $1,000 to his employees. He was sharing some stories about how a single parent didn't know how he was going to pay for his children's expenses. He received that bonus. You have tales of other individuals basically breaking down in tears because of the fact that they have the extra money. By the way, this extra money, that's what the Democrats call crumbs.
Yes.
So I think it's very telling of where we are right now, which is that of real wage growth, real strong economic numbers that we're seeing, and a real impact on American families.
Well, Mercedes, it's also telling where the president is going and who is chasing down. Last week, Vice President Pence went right after Joe Manchin from West Virginia, Democrat in the Senate. Today, President Trump goes to Ohio. I dare say he's taking a shot at Sherrod Brown, a very left-wing Democrat in the Senate. He's taking it to his opponents onto their home turf, isn't he?
Well, let's remember that it was during the State of the Union that the Democrats just sat there and couldn't even applaud for the huge success that we're seeing in our economy. I mean, these are real results, Stuart. I mean, you've been obviously covering this for decades to watch the economy from the standpoint of the. I'm saying that from the fact you're very wise, okay, not because you're old.
Nice bail yourself out there.
So. From the, unemployment numbers being the lowest that we've seen in a very long time, real wage increases that were stagnated for over 8 years. The job gains that we're seeing are broad-based. Let's remember that it was President Obama that said that when you looked at manufacturing numbers, they were in the negatives. Now with President Trump, manufacturing is coming back strong. This is very telling of the fact that we're seeing this growth and this ability to bring jobs back to America really impacting the American worker in so many of these communities that for so long have been left behind.
Last week, President Trump hinted that he'd like a second phase of the tax cuts, and Gary Cohn told us on this program that maybe you guys want to make the individual tax cuts permanent. What can you tell us about that? Well,
I think President Trump obviously would entertain the idea of having these tax cuts permanent. We've seen the results so far, many of these results being very surprising in a positive way, where companies have reacted in such a way where that they have given bonuses and raises to their employees. The fact that you're having, our economic fundamentals are so strong right now, it's very telling of the direction of where this country is going from an economic standpoint. With that being said, it'll be interesting to see what the Democrats in Congress would decide. Are they going to continue to resist? Are they going to continue to basically say we're going to take away the tax cuts from the American family? It sounds to me like they're more bitter and they don't understand that the real way to grow the economy is with a mix of deregulation, tax cuts, and now the third part of this, which is investment in our infrastructure, which is one of the president's priorities for this year.
President Trump was big on touting the stock market as it kept on climbing. Well, now, over the past week, it's dropped 4 or 5%. What's he saying about the market now?
Well, clearly we're concerned about any setbacks on the stock market. But at the same time, we do believe the economic fundamentals are strong. At this point, you understand how the stock market works. It has its cycles, its trends. We are still in a bull market. So we feel strongly that obviously the stock market we've seen has gained 7,000 points under the Trump administration's time. So again, we're in a good, strong fundamental position from the economic standpoint, and this is how it works with the stock market. It's a series of cycles.
By the way, I've been doing this for nearly a half century.
Oh, there you go.
It's not just decades. No, nearly a half century. Okay,
Mercedes. Well, we're glad you do what you do, Stuart.
I'm still here too. Mercedes, thanks so much. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks.